of the wall. So as you can see, I've opened up Blender. This is the first time I'm using Blender on this system, so I'm just setting it up. I like the Maya theme, so I set it to the Maya theme. But yes, so first of all, what we got to do is we actually got to take this cube and we're going to make it look like a brick. So what we do is, we'll wait for the video. So I'm setting it so it's a bit more thinner, so it looks like a brick. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a modifier. And the modifier we're going to add is a subdivision of surface. We're going to turn the levels of viewports up to 4, so we get a nicer, rounder, beveled kind of surface. And then we're going to also set it so it's a bit more wider, so it's more brick looking, as you can see. And then we're going to add some dip cuts so we can make it so it looks like a brick more instead of that kind of circular oval it was before. Once that's done, we're going to apply the modifier. And then we're going to add a array, and as you can see, we're adding a few to that. And we're going to then, after we've done that, we're going to apply the modifier, and now we're going to copy the wall. And what we're going to do is we're going to not rotate it, but we're actually going to try and move it up and then offset it. So look, we've moved it up by 1, and now we're going to offset it by a few meters, so then we can have that offset brick looking texture. And the reason we do that is so obviously we have a brick kind of looking piece. As you can see, now we're just going to offset it by a few, and we're just going to try and fix that so it's more straight on instead of being that. I just noticed now that I didn't have it, it wasn't thingy, so now we're just going to build it 4 high first, and then I'm going to notice afterwards that it's not completely straight on, so now I'm going to set it so it's that brick texture and it's offset. And now we're going to add, so we're going to get rid of it because as you can see it's overlapping over, and that's not good, so we're going to actually get rid of that, and we're going to fill it in a minute so it's got the flat edge on it. So we're going to select the rest of that, and we're actually going to delete that. And now we're going to basically, because it's hollow there, and we're going to add a wall onto that, so now it's flat there. And we're going to do that for that one as well. So we're going to select it using the by pressing Alt and clicking. Once the video catches up, we're gonna so we're gonna Alt and click the line, and as you can see, it selects that whole line. And then we're gonna right click, and we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna dissolve it, and then we can select all of it, and we can delete it, and then we can again. Once we go back into normal, we can Alt click the line, and then we can press F to fill it. And I'm gonna go on to the other side and do the exact same for the other ones that are offset, so we have nice straight walls on the end basically. So yeah, we're just gonna click Alt a little bit more in, and dissolve, select that, delete it, press Alt again, and then we're going to press F, and it will fill the line, and we'll do it here again. And basically what it does, it just gives us these nice flat walls, and yeah, so now you can see it's all nice. And then we're going to join them together so it makes one wall. And yeah, that's the first wall done. I'm going to center that to the world origin, and yeah, it's pretty nice looking. However, it is high poly, and we're going to need to do a low poly bake down. We're going to bake it down to a low poly mesh. And as you can see, we're just going to save it, make a new folder for the rework, and save it into the folder. Once it saves. What am I doing? I don't know. Sorry. Okay. We're just gonna skip ahead in the video. Oh, no, not. Okay. Moving around. Okay, now we're gonna hide that, and we're gonna add a new cube. And actually, no, we're not. We're going to actually take that wall that we just made. We're going to copy it over. And now we got 2 of the same wall. We're going to hide the first wall. we're going to rename it as well so we don't get confused over what is what. So we have wall, and then we have the second one, which is a wall with a doorway, I think I called it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to basically we're going to cut a hole in the wall. And the way we do this is we go into edit mode and we can see all of the points, and we're just going to select a region, and we're going to basically get rid of it. So we got a nice little hole, and we're just going to get rid of the excess that was there as well. And we're just going to like clean it up a little bit now. So again, as we did, just going to clean up, get rid of the unnecessary stuff that we don't need. And now, if you remember from when I made the original wall, I basically cut it on one side and then I filled it so it was flat. So that's what we're doing here again. We're going to basically fill in the parts and make it so it's flat. So again, we're just going to get rid of this unnecessary parts here, and then we're also going to clean up this edge. So we're going to get rid of the parts that are sticking out basically, and yeah, so I'm just going to let this run. Actually, while this is going on, I'm just going to talk about the technical challenges that I faced during this. So one of the things was Blender was a bit slow and did crash a few times, but luckily I resolved this by sorting some stuff out with some settings, and it runs a bit more better now as well as one of the things that I came in, which was a problem for this particularly, was this part here where it was basically on a curve. So the way I fixed this was I selected the points that I didn't need and got rid of them, as we are doing now, and then I filled in the points that I did, and then I filled in the gap. I could have done this better because however the it's not actually curved, it's more of a flat surface, as well as on the edge of the walls it's also a flat surface. I looked online for some like guides and help, but I couldn't find anything on how to get the flat surface to curve back like how it is when you use the modifier. And if I tried using a modifier on the already modified wall, it would basically crash the program. So I kind of had to leave it like that. So as you can see, I'm just like looking at how it looks with the light. And I was thinking that looks okay, but I do fix it in the end. As you can see, it looks a bit wonky. So yeah, you can see there, looking through the camera, it does look a bit wonky. But yeah, see, so we're just gonna fix this up a little bit by getting rid of that, and then we're gonna fill it in. Afterwards we fix also this part here. Again, we're just gonna select the points and press F to fill, and then we're gonna fill that part in, and there we go, that's filled. So yeah, as I was saying, as you can see, that's kind of flat and it's not curved as the rest of it is. So that's one of the things I could have improved on in this part here, but I couldn't find any way myself. So I will continue to look online, obviously, and look for some tips to see on how I can improve that and make it more curved, so it fits the aesthetic of it being curved. But yeah, you can just see I'm trying to make it so it's flat and it doesn't stick out here. So we're just selecting the points, and then we're going to try and fill it, but yeah, you can't really filling along a curve line is a bit broken. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to move the bricks one up by a little bit. And my PC just locked. That was really nice because of no activity of the mouse. So I'm just going to move my mouse around. And as you can see now, we can fill in both of the sides, and we still have it a bit wonky on one of the sides, so we're just going to fix that. Again, select the points and press F. Now we can fill it, and it's more flat and better looking than it was before. So there are both of our walls basically done with the high poly. And just again checking to see what it looks like through the camera in the thing. We're just going to move the camera back so we can get the wall in shot to see basically what it looks like with the light. And this is the high poly model, so we're going to do a low poly bake down as well after, and I'll be in another video. But yeah, so the next video I'll show on how I did the UV unwrap, so then it can be taken into Substance to do the bake down. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. I didn't stop recording.